Okay. In approximately a million seconds from now, we'll find out who the new program director is. But for now, we'll have to wait patiently. At the start of the fall semester, I don't really have a stable friend group. I visited clubs like gaming and engineering ones, but I didn't really seem to fit in. And then came Troy 5. Organization. I contacted Patty, and she was so enthusiastic in forcing me to join the group that I figured, why not? So I went to my first social, and damn, everyone welcomed me as if I was always been part of the family. Even so, I joined late. I thought I wouldn't be able to participate in the Kuya Ading program. I wasn't able to attend the speed dating. I didn't really know anyone. However, Patty made it possible. I got the perfect Kuya, someone who will allow me to grow out of my shell. Yeah. That's what good programming directors do. They make it possible for you to blossom by giving you the best possible match and surrounding you with people who will allow you to grow. I strive to be that person, and I want to make sure that future members of TP will be welcomed. There was also a family system last semester, where members were divided into 4 families, participating in games. Unfortunately, they did not have that this semester. I want to bring it back, because it builds bonds between members. Something very important to an organization like ours. And of course, who doesn't want to compete with their friends in games, right? Lastly, I want to organize events and celebrate culture. We could have a small-scale festival where we showcase 1, maybe 2 of our traditional dances, host traditional Filipino games like Tumbang Preso, and sell delicious foods like turon and lumpia. These events act as a vehicle to let our culture be known to the rest of the school. These are some of my ambitious plans, and as I stand here before all of you, I ask this one question. Why shouldn't you vote for me? Thank you.
Begin! The programming director often works with USC scheduling for scheduling our classrooms, for meetings, and also for e-board meetings. USC scheduling office also is stupid. So, say it's 1 week until the first general meeting, and they have not reached you back with a confirmed classroom for their general meeting. What do you do? And there's no house.
There's no house, I say.
And there's no house.
Okay.
If there's no house, what do you do if you have?
You
no
can have
house?
the meeting in another place, like in VKC, somewhere outside, because we can't really use anything. We don't have to be in the classroom to have a meeting.
Programming director has a lot to do with logistics. What kind of experience do you have in terms of like planning and logistics?
I was an intern last semester too, and I helped plan the GM during Thanksgiving, and I helped plan the fundraiser, the Halo Halo one. So I think I have enough experience. In high school, I was also in the film club, and we had an event where we had to screen a movie like to other people, like families. So we had to use our auditorium, and I helped plan it. We had a fundraiser for that to make it happen, and it happened.
How good are you with punctuality?
I'm always on time, and I make sure that I'm on time. So I have a schedule, I have a calendar, I write down everything, I have a list, so that I'm not late in anything.
So one of the responsibilities of being the programming director is to make sure the agenda is set for every meeting. We used to do paper agendas, but we have been since trying to find an alternative to reduce costs and to use less paper. Is there an alternative that you think would work better for the club?
That wasn't last semester. I think the first GM this semester, we used like a PowerPoint to show everyone like what's gonna happen. I think that's pretty cool. We can also implement it in like our phones, So I'm gonna send like a PDF to everyone and like, here's what's gonna happen in this meeting. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna follow it. We want to be on time.
You mentioned you wanted to bring back the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
In what ways do you plan on improving it and make sure that it follows through throughout the year?
Well, the problem last semester, I think, or like this semester, is that we were wondering why do we have lines and then why do we have families, and then people were like confused. Oh, it's the same thing. So I want to like make it clear to everyone that there's like families. We're gonna split you up, and there's like lines, and then we're gonna have games or something each meeting, and then by the end of the meeting, whoever has most points, maybe get a prize, so we can incentivize them.
If you're familiar with how the programming director deals with paperwork for each event,
Yeah.
how do you think you can improve that process or make it more efficient?
It's always about time, so I think just doing it immediately, having a list, like I said before, of like, you need to finish this by this deadline. If you don't finish by this deadline, then you're screwed. So just setting deadlines to yourself, and then if you can't like finish it by yourself, I think it's better if you ask other people for help, because sometimes help from others is really good.
How are you going to ensure transparency to make sure that we're not going to have as many problems, especially with bookings or, you know, just to foresee different kind of problems?
What do you mean?
Just how, like, are you going to be, with your, especially since you work with a lot of logistics, how are you going to implement different programs for the e-boards to know, like, what's up, what's happening, like, how long in advance, etc.?
I think a week in advance is good. I was thinking of like maybe changing it up, like having a committee to help e-board, because just having like one person handling this stuff is not good. Like for example, alumni or like PR, that's too big for them. So having a committee for them to help will alleviate some of those problems that we faced this semester, last semester.
Time for one more question. Okay. Why do you feel like you're ready for a top 5 position? You're going to be a sophomore next year, so a little bit younger than a lot of the other people that are running.
I think, well, as an intern last semester and this semester, I feel like I can do some of the stuff that we're doing right now. And I'm confident that I can do the job done and finish the job done. Finish the job, okay, yeah.
All right.